Hi, Mr. Watlington. Hi, Miss Scarlett.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being a part of Teaching Tuesdays. What are you all going to talk to us today about?
We're going to give a very brief overview of the ESOL program at Woodson, and
we're going to give a couple of pointers for what you can do with ESOL students.
We want to start with SASE. Now, we know SASE is changing at the end of this year, but for now this could be very helpful. If you go to page 4 of the student's profile on SASE, you can find out the level of the ESOL student in your classroom. If you're curious about that, it's right there at page 4, ELP level. And this particular student, who is a level 3, is also an SB student, which is school-based, someone who's actively involved in the ESOL program.
Yeah. And we also know he's been here for 3 semesters.
Would you like to tell us about this?
Sure, I'd love to tell you. Okay, so level 1 is a student who's using simple expressions, not communicating very much, maybe taking cooking or PE kind of class, but not a lot of other academic classes.
And level 2, the student is expanding in social English, still struggling with academic English, may well be involved in a higher level math class because they've brought that skill with them.
ESOL 3 finally has the language for a textbook. They'll take teamed world history and teamed biology, and not always have an easy time, but
if they hang right in there for level 4, they are going to get 2 English credits that year, English Transitional 9 and ESOL 4. This is their last level in the ESOL program of Fairfax County. They can then become an ESOL 5, a former ESOL student, and you will see them in English 10 and English 11 classes.
A few strategies you could use. One is to take advantage of visuals. Students get overwhelmed when there's a lot of text in front of them, and it also helps them to get the concept quicker and to remember things.
So use visuals, and when you show DVDs, use those closed captions. Your American students, your native speaking students will also benefit from those closed captions.
You don't have to talk like a kindergarten teacher. You can use big words, but paraphrase as you go along. So be aware when you use your $3 word that somebody in the room is probably lost. Paraphrase as you go.
And post those PowerPoints on Blackboard. Post as much as you can on Blackboard. You'll be amazed at how many times your ESOL students or your English language learners go to your Blackboard site to see what you did, to review what you did in class that day.
Yeah, and especially if they're aware that it's a resource, they will use it. Troubleshoot tricky vocabulary. Make sure when you're handing out a test that you don't have a lot of difficult words that are going to trip up your student. You want to make sure if they get the question wrong, it was because they didn't know the content and not because they didn't understand the question.
And you might even want to post that vocabulary on the wall, even now at this point of the year, to make sure that they understand what your testing direction vocabulary means. Also, you might want to give extra time. Please give extra time wherever possible. It gives students time to process their assignment, the information, and of course helps all of us.
Yeah, the most important thing is to remember, students in ESOL don't work well in real time. They always need more time to process and to feedback, to regurgitate. So, and they are afraid of you, so the more that you can give them without their having to ask, the better off.
Anything to take off the pressure and raise those scores.
That's right. That's right. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.